Hey, Joe, let me know.
That's a whole vibe. I ain't fucking with these niggas and you know why. I ain't fucking with these bitches cause they're so ties. I ain't sorry for the last shit like 05. 360 to an ollie that ain't no grind.
Because I'm super confident behind whatever music you put into this place, it's gonna leave here sounding better than good. You could be confident when you hand it to a record executive. We tested it out a million ways, a million times, a million voice testings until we started to test out how the vocals translate into the recordings. And then after hearing it, I had to recall my whole album because the vocals sounded so much better than it did when it was in the isolation booth. And they were like, well, we want to re-record all our work because of how we heard how it sounded. If we have a whole band in here, I'll put the drums in the corner and I'll surround the drums in a quick sound field, which I'm going to demonstrate today. You know, I'm super excited. I'm energized about all this jazz because it really revolutionized the studio. My studio operated a certain way. Now that we have the StudioTraps, so many people, there's this big ice barrier to break between people that come to the studio and intimidating environment sometimes. Spend the first 5 minutes talking to them about the StudioTraps because most people haven't seen them. But when they come in here and they hear their voice, I let them sit here in the chair, and after we record them, I hit playback. And after I hit playback and they hear their music for the first time, or they hear their voice first time, they could tell the texture of the voice sounds better. I'm not impressed by a lot of gear. When a piece of gear comes and serves its purpose, is great. This mixing board serves its purpose, but this serves a mega purpose. All this technological talk about the StudioTraps, about acoustics, it really puts you on an equal plane with the artist, so they're traveling with you. Experience in the recording studio. Every time someone asks me about a mix, tell them you're going to want to leave your mix here. When they want to know why, I'm going to say, well, I have an edge. I've been extremely confident and happy with my StudioTraps. So your voice takes a trip around the studio, and then because your voice reflects over so many surfaces, it creates its own sound. When I project the sound this way, an instrument or my voice potentially can knock around, and the sound that comes back to the mic eventually, because the mic is on, is this blurred signal. Not necessarily isolated, but when we create this quick sound field, we lessen that gap of hearing extra notes.
Words, bounce off of those things.
When we got these chrome dots pointed towards the talent, it creates a reflective environment where the sound, here I'll show you, in fact, see, if you talk into this bad boy like this, hey, check, 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 but then you look, like, speak into this, the reflective part, see how it sounds.
Like a speaker.
Now spin it around and check out the dead end.
Oh yeah.
So because it's like that, when you spin it around, you get the reflective energy on one side, which is cool for a control room and great for vocals.
I never felt this way. I give you anything with me, it's one hell of a feeling. Shots in the rain, got you healing from all the resentment. Even exchange, I was hoping to change your opinions. We share the pain, couple scars that were self-inflicted. I'm so used to the pain. Couple of shots in the rain. You got me lost in the days. I never felt this way. Like 05, 360 to all that ain't no grind. I was faded off the molly the whole time, trying to ball like a volley the whole time. I'm loyal like Bakari, that ain't no lie.
Yeah, Nina chillin', bitch, you turned up.
Tryna fuck with the gang, get burnt up. Rockin' like a black bear, you niggas straight cut. Just cause we from Iraq, they think we straight thugs. I don't got cuts in my shit, I got straight slugs. Shawty wanna kick it with the team, we got great drugs. Mention my name was BG, I stay on my grind. I'ma spin back on the block, I'ma rewind. Try to act up, we shoot missiles like it's air strike. Going off the shrooms, got me higher than a fair ride. Only want the blues, so the bitch you get her hair right. Never lose on winning, got the vision like it's clear sight.